because I haven't.
So busy, but not making copious amounts of money like you, which is less fun.
Why not?
I thought, because I'm dumb and I do stuff for free because I'm an idiot.
Uh-huh.
It works until I'm like, I don't have the hours to, it's like you do all this free labor to get attractions. People know that you're good. They know you're available, all the stuff. That all works until you don't have availabilities. So my books are full, but they're not paying clients. They're like, they're like every 8 weeks I'll turn them over kind of thing.
I don't know, you're too nice, man.
Or study takes 40 hours of my week.
Well, okay,
that doesn't
awesome. That doesn't help.
Oh, that's the worst. Do it if you want the Medicare. I thought that was fitting. Oh, crisp. Very, very crisp.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited. Because it feels like every time you do this, it's like a new chapter.
Yeah.
It's like originally, like, remember the first one at PCYC? You hadn't even graduated.
Yep.
Second one at the library.
Was like, what was that?
Like 2 months. You were thinking about going to Anytime Fitness.
Yeah.
You hadn't even gone yet.
Oh, no, I think I hadn't started there yet, but I had already, I was like, I don't want to say employed. I'm not employed by them, but like,
yeah.
I don't know. I had started there, but I hadn't had my first session there yet. I think that was right before that. So that would have been interesting.
Oh, well, you lived it. Was it an interesting time?
Yeah, it's been, okay, I'm trying to remember how long it's been, right? Like, what are we in, January?
So it's easily been 3 months. Easily.
November.
Maybe more than that.
November. It was the start of November. So, yeah, about 3 months, I'd say.
Nice.
It's felt like longer to me.
It might be. I'll check the video. I'll check the library link of when it was that we actually sat down.
I think it was 3 months. And it's like...
So, in 3 months, how many clients do you have now? What's the number?
Oh, what do I...
So, we started with 0.
Yeah. The first thing, and then...
Yeah.
How many did I have at the old gym? It would have been 10 or 11, I think. And then I brought 5 of them with me.
Yeah.
And now I'm up to 13.
You're nearly full.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, nearly. So, like, I don't get... I don't know, every week. It's the thing, like... I don't know. My clients are all very well off, I guess you would say. Ooh. And it's like, that's really good.
Smooth. It's good. That is good.
Well, it's really good until they're just like over in Europe having holidays all the time. And you never actually, well, I don't know, maybe
it's good for them.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of just like, oh, my clients are like gone.
13, I'm going to write down rich bitches.
Not all of them, but...
Helps though.
Yeah.
I am such an advocate for applying yourself to try to get to a higher marketed client. And your prices directly reflect just how much, like, how good your clients are. So I only have 4 clients at the minute, but they're $170 a week. Which is like...
You can put like...
That's enough.
Imagine if you weren't studying as well, you could put like... Yeah.
Stop it. And when I'm graduated, I'll put it through Medicare. So it gets halved for them, which is a good reason to be excited for this. So I'll charge $200 at that point, because I can do a lot at that point with them, and it'll only end up being $100 because they get it half back on Medicare.
That's so good. That's gonna be so good for you as well.
Yeah, I'll mainly do group classes though. I'd enjoy them way too much.
Oh really?
My biggest group class is 62.
How do you even do that?
It's harder than 20. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And the program is the thing that determines if it's successful or not. Like, I know which programs are more going to work for the big groups and which ones are not. But we do a lot of water stuff, which is really helpful. So, 15 to 30, we're at 13 clients. When rich bitches, what are you charging? What's he up to?
I'm still at my starting thing, so $80 for 80 for 45 minutes, but I book hour slots. So, but I don't like tell people that.
Of course not.
Oh,
you do now. Well, not that anyone watches them. But.
Actually, no, I do. Once I like trust them or whatever, but I end up trusting all of them. So it's like that's the thing as well. That's a whole thing I'm going to get into later as well. Like,
you haven't been burnt yet.
Yeah, well, I haven't actually gotten anyone
pregnant.
No, I have.
But that was your partner, different.
Yeah. No, I haven't got anyone who's like a cunt or anything like that, right?
Oh, good.
Like, yeah, like, and I think the reason for that is because I don't go out of my way to actually try to convince people. And I think that's probably, I don't know if that's been like a filtering thing. I think the only reason I've been able to do that is because I got a head start with my old gig, I guess.
Of course.
So yeah, I was basically able to get a head start. It's like, all right, well, I'm already making income or whatever, you know, so the 5 that came with me plus no rent for however long. So I was like, okay, this is actually, you know, I mean, sustainable. And then it's a mixture of like luck plus just, yeah, I don't know, just the gym is a good, it's good for getting like clients, I guess. And then it's sort of just, yeah, I don't try to convince, like if people aren't like 100% motivated or if they're like, oh, you know, I got to watch my finances or whatever. It's like, I don't try to convince them or anything like that.
Well, it's not the client you want.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just whatever. And I don't try to follow up on like too crazily. I'm just like, if they come after me, then that's great. And then that's what I've been doing. And yeah, now I'm nearly full and they're all, yeah, in very good positions.
That's really good.
Yeah.
What's full for you? What number you
I don't
cap
know
it at?
yet. I don't know. So I like the 20 number. That's a good number, I think.
If you hit 20, you need to increase your prices. 20, as soon as you hit 20, it's now you're $100 an hour.
I think so.
I convinced the guy who I work with to up his prices, and as soon as he did, conveniently, a person who was well off came in and ordered 10 packages off him on the spot.
Yeah, right.
And he ended up making like $2,000 off it, $1,500 or something. It's great. Upfront payment, bang.
Yeah, I think for me as well, because I've only been doing it for, I don't even know now, 6 months. I don't know. I still, yeah, I'm going to have to put aside like I still have more to learn and all this sort of stuff. And you're like, no, just $100. Like I would do that for the new people. So I'd keep everyone who I'm currently with the same, I think. And then anyone over that, I'd just charge more because, yeah, I can't really justify it to the people I'm with at the moment.
Well, how can you add $20 worth of value to what you're doing for them? So is there a new equipment or a new qualification you can add to help them?
I mean, it depends on their goals, right?
Yeah, but you being smarter is more useful, right?
Yeah, for sure. But that's the thing, like, it's just, I mean, most people's goals in the gym are just to look better, right?
Yeah, look good naked.
Yeah, literally. And it's like, well, it's not, you don't really need to know that much to be able to do that. Like, if you know the basics, it's like, well, and then you're just a person that they can keep accountable and work out with, or be a therapist or whatever. Like, it's sort of, yeah, that's the thing where I'm like, how do I upskill that?
Add things that'll make them look better naked quicker, like nutrition.
Steroids.
Oh man, I mean, how much Ozempic have you had come to your gym? Lots or none?
No idea.
I have so much in the place I work.
Really?
Yeah. I'm very chatty with a lot of people because since we're so health focused, I'll sit down and I'll go, I've got osteoporosis, I've got arthritis, I have osteoarthritis, I have edema through my legs, and all this really, the stuff that's up my alley, like beautiful. And they go, and I'm on these appetite suppressant injection peptides because my doctor has said so, or because I've sourced independently.
Oh, the injections?
Yeah.
The injection code. 2.
I have Duramine, I think it's called. The main Australian one, Duramine. Something like that.
Tirzepatide is one of them.
Nice.
It might be both tirzepatide, yeah.
I've seen it more in the last year, or last 6 months I have in my whole, 7 or 10 years or whatever it is.
Yeah. What do you think of them?
Everything with context.
For sure.
If you're 200 kilos and you need a 5-person roll at a hospital and you're immobile because you have some sort of condition that means you don't have control of your appetite, or you've learnt skills from a baby because your parents showed you how to you've never learnt the right way, you've got nowhere to start, and you will die before you can learn, even come close to learning the skill. Yeah, if you're at 100, like let's say your blood pressure is through the roof, you're going to have a heart attack. Do you run the risk of eating some muscle tissue and some of the other complications that come with the injection, or do you die? So, like context, I'm for anything. Like I'm same with steroids. Like if you're doing the Tour de France and you didn't do EPOs, like from my point of view with the exercise phys like lens, like you're more likely like to get injured, hurt, and etc. if you at that level if you're not doing it anyway. And if you're gonna do it, I'd rather you have that honest conversation with me, and we'll find what's reasonable. Now, do I say that you should do it? No, but I need you to have that. Not be afraid to talk to your health professionals. If you're gonna do it, but do it with do it with the guise of someone who's educated to help you.
Yeah.
Go to an endocrinologist. You'll be fine. Some endocrinologists are great. Like, well, it's either I help him now or he goes and gets it off some bloke and kills himself. I was talking, this was hilarious. This guy comes up to me at the gym and he's a bit tubby, nothing, whatever. But he's an odd cat. And he comes up to me, he's like, what's your opinion on peptides? And I gave him the same spiel I just gave you. And he's like, because I was on testosterone for about 6 months, and I didn't do much for me except go bald. So I've switched to peptides, and I was like, how much test were you on? He's like, I don't know. I just put it in, took as much out. I was like, so you don't know how much you're on? He's like, I just fill it up like half or whatever. I was like, what gauge needle? He goes, I don't know, whatever. Okay, well, how regularly did you do it? He goes, anytime I felt fat, I'd just shoot up. I'm just like, so you're injecting an unknown amount of quantity of a substance you've gained illegally into your body at a rate that whatever, and now you switch to peptides. And I said, what is your stack? What are you doing? And he's having an Ozempic equivalent, he's having a HGH equivalent, and he's having a rehab equivalent peptide. So he's telling his body to lose weight, gain muscle, and fix stuff. I was like, you're going to die. I said to him, you need to go to a doctor. Like, you're going to kill yourself. And he's like, nah, I'm fine. And he's like, it doesn't look like he's trying a day in his life. And he's just like, he's looking for the shortcut. But then I was like, do you want me to write your program and then refer you off to a doctor? And like for weights, he's like, nah, the program stressed me out. I'm like, what are you trying to do, man? Like, you're gonna die.
You just, well, if he dies, he dies.
Well, it's that reminder of like some people who are, you say that personal training's not hard. It's like, it actually really, really is. You're just acute to it. You just are, how to do it, and you know your boundary. But most people are like that guy. Or I had a woman who's got degenerate bone disease, and her son's a PT, and he's got her doing a bodybuilding program. And when you look at the physio notes, it's like gentle, light exercise, mainly water aerobics. Do not lift anything heavy, because it's not something that bone density training is going to fix, because it's just going to go. And we just have to try to ease like gentle life out. And he's got them doing bench press, bicep curls, tricep push downs, squats, and deadlifts. And this woman's like 78. Yeah. And it's like, and she's in there by herself. So no one's like, it's not like we're there helping her. She's like trying to figure out how to do a deadlift with I was just like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, brother.
I guess, when it's like the vulnerable population, it's like, then it kind of bothers me. Yeah.
But you have the rich population, so you're not even stressed.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird thing where like I don't know. I don't like I find gym culture in general kind of weird, to be honest. Like the gym bro culture, I guess. Like if you like, I don't know. I would see it as like a spectrum, but like if you go real deep into it, where it's like, the steroid heads or whatever, it's like, yeah, but.
I super get it.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm to the point where I don't even talk to people unless they pay me, to be honest.
That's fair. Well, now you are a professional of opinion. So it's like someone asks you, in your professional opinion, what do you think of ... Like,
It's like, yeah, I don't know. I think we have like the exact opposite, from the sounds of it, we have the exact opposite approach to like people at the moment. We're kind of like giving free stuff to a lot of people.
Yeah, well, I'm massively involved in the community, like in
Mm.
that I'm in. Like
Yeah.
I would be considered the head coach in my role. So
Yeah.
I'm running most of the classes. I'm working with another gentleman who does half the labor, and I do half the labor.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
probably have 100 people under me, like clients,
Yeah.
but I just can't, due to my commitments outside of the room, university, some of the online stuff I'm doing. I just can't offer the level of like the one-on-one client service that you can. So my prices are incredibly high, and so I filter out the people who don't want to make the time for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like today I would have put one of the classes was 44, and like the in-depth rehab strength class was 22. Like people in a room, and we're doing stuff. I don't think I sent you the program, but I wrote a 45 session off-season program for rehab, but also strength and development. So it was like something you would do if you had osteoporosis and arthritis and all these things.
Yeah.
It's like it's almost like a group class for people above 50.
Yeah.
Because that's my main demographic,
Yeah.
and people are coming to it like moths to a flame because they're training, they're enjoying themselves, they're not getting hurt, they're having fun, and all their friends are doing it, and they're feeling really good. And so some of these girls are like, oh, you're a precious little snowflake made of glass and you can't do anything anymore. You absolutely can, just in a bubble.
Yeah.
And then they're feeling like people again. So it's massive. So it's like going, you know what I mean? And because of that, like I'm turning down more PTs than I'm doing. But I'm doing a lot of I'm doing an online nutrition coaching thing at the minute for a bunch of people. Soon to be taken to the like in-person stuff, and it's absorbing just copious amounts of my time.
Yeah.
As you imagine it would.
Yes.
So
Right.
20 people is your cap.
Well, 20 sessions, I would say. Oh,
Yeah, 20 sessions is fine. That same thing.
yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
So usually I would, when I talk to brand new like people who are in their first year, the goal is get your books full and then decide which kind of clients you like and which ones you don't. Have you figured out which clients you don't like yet? Or like I want to lose weight guys and I want to be muscly guys and whatever.
Yeah, I've only had one guy. You know those guys who are like the, I don't know what to call them. The ones who are just like, I need to fucking feel this. Like,
Yeah.
the crazy dudes. I don't
Yeah.
know. The ones who just love the pain of it, I guess.
Go
It's
hard.
like, yeah, I had one like consult, I guess, like one intro with one of those guys, and he was on like steroids and all that as well.
Right.
Like he told me about it, so I was like, okay, cool. Actually, no, I think
At least he's honest.
yeah, he was on. I can't remember. I think he just said test.
Some sort of performance enhancing thing.
Yeah, some sort of thing. And yeah, it was just straight up like, just do the shit, just feel the shit. And I was like, yeah.
Sweet. What a psycho.
Yeah, the psycho kind of guys who are like, oh yes, I've heard about people like you. And,
well, your gym isn't your gym quite muscly attractant? Like, isn't it mainly big muscly jack guys?
That's what I thought it would be. No, it isn't. It really isn't. It's very much the I guess out of all the actually I don't know. It's not a world's type gym. So
Wells is big.
yeah, I would say maybe the one down the road from us, like the anytime down the road from us, the one in town would be probably the main. That's the more popular one, so I'm guessing that's sort of more, and it's more community driven, I guess. Our one's sort of more like everyone who goes there is the people you'd find at PCYC.
Oh yeah.
So and there's literally no difference from what I can see. Like there's no I don't look around and I don't see anyone on the steroids. Like there's no.
Nice.
Yeah, it's and there's old people everywhere, and it's sort of just
huge amount of old populace in this town.
Yeah,
huge. They're everywhere, which is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's something I didn't expect as well. But like, yeah, and it's I don't know. A lot of things have just worked out, to be honest, because it's like, yeah, that's the kind of
you got a break, which is good.
Yeah,
very good.
Yeah,
you'll eventually have to decide where you want to go with it now, right? It's like, where does your scope? Where will you hit your scope wall? Like, will more and more questions about nutrition come up? Are more and more questions of rehab going to come up? Or are more and more questions of how to make more money in your business come up? And that's the direction you go.
Yeah, that's very true. That's
because it reads like good money, but the people at home need to remember that we have rent, we have super, we have tax,
Yes.
and then you get paid. And if you go sick, you don't get paid.
Yep.
So your, $80 an hour is more like $55 an hour.
Yep.
If probably less, let's call it 50. Because what's rent there?
$285.
Do you do classes to knock that down?
No, they just force you to do a class.
Force you to do a class? What do you mean?
Yeah, if you want a PT there, you have to do a class.
Oh, nah.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah.
How's your classes?
Hey,
how's your group classes?
My group? I just do 1 half-an-hour one. That's like the minimum. And it's just a boxing one because everyone.
No box fit trainers.
Well, yeah, that as well.
helps.
There's no box fit trainers, and nobody wanted to do it. And yeah, because when I first rocked up there, they were like, "Can you do boxing classes?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sounds great." Because apparently everyone had been asking the manager like, "Boxing."
Yeah, of course. What's the numbers?
Like, put a boxing class in. No one wants to do boxing.
Everyone says they want to do boxing.
Yeah.
So I had, funny enough, I covered my friend's boxing class this morning. But I got them to do Muay Thai, like proper, because I used to train Thai. So it's like, we're going to do a class. And it's like 2 older women. And we do like a bit of work, bit of this, and at the end, they're drenched, they're proper sweaty. Like, well, that's not like we usually do. It's like, yeah, well, like clinch work,
Yeah.
It's so funny, proper funny. Not none of these star jumps, box. There's no like step, back. Like, oh.
Yep.
That's so funny. So box fit, all right.
Yeah.
What does that knock off your rent?
Oh, nothing.
What do you mean? It should be like $40. They should knock off some of your rent for it. Otherwise, you're doing a class for free.
Yeah, they force you to do a class for free.
Well, now that you have more experience in the field, what do you think of the rent model?
Oh, it's stupid to be honest. It's that whole rent thing. Like, I don't know. Like, as far as I'm aware, that rent is just because gyms struggle to make money, so they're just like, oh well,
crazy to think.
Oh, right? We'll just go. The PT wants to work here, and he needs us, so we're gonna take money off him.
We don't. The problem is we've hit that point now that they need us far more than we need them. There's not that many PTs around who actually can do it.
The amount of people I brought into that gym as well, because it wasn't just the 5 that came with me for PT or whatever. It was a solid like 10 people that followed me into that gym. So it's like the amount of money I've already made in the gym, yet I still have to pay rent. I don't know.
Conversation we had after 6 months and take a look at the books.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of one of those things that I could, the way it's run as well, like, I can't really get too far into it, I don't think, but like just the higher ups from the sounds of it are just, it's all fucked. Like,
it's everywhere, man. That's every single gym we've ever been to ever. Mainly the issues that I've seen, I've done rent, I've done no rent, I've done all of it. I don't pay for rent and where I'm at because of the value of what I bring. So it's a similar space to you in that, like, if I leave 35 people go with me, which is just like, it's just not worth it for them.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, I'm not doing it. Like there's some classes that I am making extraordinarily large money on it, but they're few and far between, so they're not that stressed about it. Yeah. But it's about being not too loud. Like, I do one big group thing a year, which would be like 30 grand.
Yeah, right.
It's like, for 12 weeks or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that would be like, that's enough for that. Because otherwise, if you do that every 3 months and you make 90 grand, everyone gets really cross. They all want a little bit of it. But usually it's like, there's a couple of PTs who have the monopoly, own everything, have all the clients. There's guys who come in to then leave, and there's the recyclers always come in and go. And then there's the guys who are above them who are all on salary who make the decisions, who are often not in the building. It's like, you're not even here, and you said, oh, we need 2 more boxing classes. Yeah. And the boss does. And you're like, bitch, I've never even seen you in here. Like, how do you know? Oh, well, the guys above me have said that the polls have said that we need more boxing. It's like, if you were actually here, you would see that's not the case. Yeah. We're very lucky that since we're not a big spot, we're big, but we're not massive. Like, we know the CEO, and although he's not there all the time, he's relatively reasonable. He doesn't really care what you do.
That's good. Yeah. That's really good. Yeah, you don't.
But the same issues is like there's just so many walls that you hit. So I've had to buy all the bands and some decent amount of equipment because by the time it gets through, it's 6 months. It's like something's been broken for 4 months, and my clients are directly affected. Yep. So I just replace it and just don't worry about it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the same with now Stitch. Yeah, just anything that's broken is I don't know. That's a whole thing within itself, I guess. Like,
Well, this is why we make these, because this is the industry. So people who are
yeah,
like you and before you started, when you're thinking about it, can watch this and be like, what is it actually like?
yeah, what am I actually getting
What am
myself
I getting
into?
into?
Yeah.
And I think it's quite challenging. I think it's very challenging.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like, even though I've been doing it for 6 months, I still don't reckon I'm able to like say like what I can say like what my experience of it is, but I don't think many other people would have a similar experience, to be honest, because of like the way I came into it. Um, yeah, I don't
What do
know,
you mean?
just the way I came in. So the way I came into it with my first gig, which was under someone else, which meant I just started straight away with 10 people that I didn't have to
The
get or
importance
anything
of a
like that.
mentor. Yep.
I mean, that was it. And then I had you as well.
Yeah.
Like, that was the thing that changed everything for me as well.
You were already on the right path,
I
but you were in a shitty deal
like,
with the other bloke. And like,
yeah.
you knew it was shitty. You just needed someone to be like, hey, that sucks. Like,
I mean,
you're
yeah,
being conned, brother.
yeah.
Sorry.
But I mean, at the same time, like, if I was to go back, it's like, it was a really good start for me, you know? Like, not obviously not money wise, but experience wise, it's like, boom, like 10, 11, however many clients, 11, I think, like right off the bat in an empty gym. There you go. It wasn't good experience for getting new clients or anything like that because there was no one else there. But
But you could make a lot of the mistakes that you will have to make, you made in a room that it doesn't matter to make them. And when you go to the next spot, you know not to do those 6 things that you did. Or you're like, oh shit, I really need to step up here, here, and here, right?
yeah, sure, exactly, yeah. Like I made, yeah, all the mistakes, I guess, yeah. And that was the thing as well. Those 10 people were like really super easy to work with because they had followed him into that new gym, so they were already like, you know,
Loving it.
yeah.
How many hours you work in a week?
About depends on the week, so it depends how many other clients are on holidays. So be like 17 to 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is like, yeah, not a lot. Which that's the thing. I'm already making as much as I was at my last job, like as a
salary job,
as a sandblaster and painter. Yeah,
Yeah.
doing full time for that, and I'm doing that at like 17 to 20 hours. So I'm like, well, that's good, I guess. It's like, considering the turnover rate for personal trainers and all that, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
6 months in, I'm like, oh, that's pretty good, I guess.
For yeah, as in your clients or as in you, the people who are educated, or the actual client turnover? What do you mean?
Oh, the like the PT.
Yeah. So like the actual PTs who are like 18
like
months
other
on. Yeah.
other PTs, yeah, like other PTs would probably not be doing as well. Like 6 months in, I don't know, maybe. I don't really know, to be honest.
I don't know.
I mean, if the turnover rate's that high, probably not.
I had a very odd beginning as well, so I don't. I followed like I preached the thing that happened to me. So because it was so good for what I for me specifically, so I the 18-month thing wasn't applicable. It's like, I'm not leaving. I'll figure this out or I'll die. One of the two.
Yeah.
I was in a spot where they were like, we won't charge you at any time because we understand how much you want it.
Yeah, fair. Wow.
And that's when the percent. That's why I love the percent model, because I wasn't charged anything I didn't make.
Yeah.
So if I had no clients, it was no cash, because it's like, we need you here and we appreciate you. And I had a mentor and I had all these things at a small gym. And it was a boutique gym, so it was very expensive. So they didn't need me to be giving them money.
Yeah.
And then it was 20% whenever I made it, whatever I made.
Yeah, no, and 20% is a good percent as well.
Yeah, until I was making 3 or 4 grand a week. And then it's like, well, now it's coming down like $400, you know. So then you would discuss the cost.
Sure.
But very rarely would you be making that kind of money.
Yeah.
I actually think I did the best during COVID. It was my best seasons. It's just so many people needed help and were bored out of their mind.
Yeah, well, that's because gyms shut down, I think, as well. So
yeah, we were rural, so like you go to parks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'd meet people at parks, keep the distance, do the thing. And it's like, for some people, it's all they needed, and a lot of people were on this like the COVID pension stuff. So they had all this
disposable
money and not know what to do with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. These are so good. I got another 2 in there just in case.
They are good.
I won't be sleeping, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, probably not. What do we got? 113. That's a very random number.
Yeah, it must be whatever.
Oh, carnitine. I forgot what that does.
Yeah, yeah, I don't care. If I'm
Neither do I,
honest.
to be honest. And people ask me shit like, oh, this is like branched chain amino acids. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I looked it up. I think the first time I heard of it, and I was like, well, you can, like, this is like when I was 20 or whatever. I was like, well, you can get it from your diet or whatever. So it's like,
Well, there's a couple of chains of amino acids is just things that make stuff. So like branch chain, it could be any what branch are you referring to? So whenever I do nutrition with people, we talk about food labels. The question is what, like, you look at the main things: energy, protein, fats, carbs, sodium, whatever. But then you go, if I don't know what it is, and there's a huge like shopping list amount of other shit in it, that's the tell. Where it's like I have no idea what those 70 things on the back of this can are. That's probably a good tell of I don't know what this is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm always looking for if it's simple, like, not to promote Mr. Beast, but his chocolate's like 4 ingredients.
Yes.
So it makes life really, and then you look at Cadbury and it's like 30. So why do you need so many? What are you doing?
But then there's just such small amounts of everything where it's like, well, does it even matter? Like what it is?
There's a big difference between a dietitian and a nutritionist. So a lot of like I'm a nutritionist, but like a dietitian is just such a like the people who should know the very, very finite details. And I know enough to, but as soon as it goes out of scope, I just would refer because it's not something I need to know.
And it's like you can't really. If anything, once you go out of scope, you're kind of just putting yourself on the line. It's like,
and you run into the fear of looking like an idiot in front of a professional. So I was talking about this to someone the other day, and it was one of the clients, and it's just like, no, it wasn't. It was a chiropractor who I'm helping out at the minute, and we was talking about exercise phys and how for him, at uni for chiros at the minute, they're looking a lot more into more than manual handling. So other than the relieving of pain and like actual acute pain management, they're now looking at prehab, which is what an exercise phys and a physio would do, more so an exercise phys and a physio, where they would look at how the thing that's causing you the problem, how do I muscularly train it so that way it doesn't happen again. And his complaints was, firstly, I have spent the last 6 years, as he says, or 5 years, whatever it was, working on acute management of pain. I don't know enough about the musculoskeletal releases and strengths for it to be appropriate. It's only 2 units in his whole course. It seems like a complete waste of time. And whenever he then goes and talks to the exercise physios, he comes across like a buffoon because he's talking about this, this, and this, and this that is just not relevant because the exercise physio spent 4 or 5 years doing the same thing about muscular strength around that topic. But if I was trying to do a manual release, I would sound like an idiot. So it's just like, like, why let the professional in that scope work within that scope? Why are we trying to cross? So the physios at the minute are doing very little. Like they used to be massive into manual handling. Like an old school physio would gel up, hands on you, do a lot of releases. And so, but these days they mainly exercise prescription, which is fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
But it's not what it was. So now there's other subcategories. So like, the chiros are doing a lot more than they ever did. The remedial masseuses are really doing a lot more than they ever did. And the exercise physios are now really stepping up because where you would see your physio all the time and go through them with a gym program, now the physio will get you from a massive injury. Your surgeon fixes your knee. Your surgeon palms you off to the physio to get you from bed to walking, and then from walking back to sport now becomes an exercise physiologist's job. And then once they're there or better than, the client would then go to a PT to maintain their health and strength and to keep them accountable. That seems to be the chain. And then you would use chiropractic and remedial masseuse and other such things as pain management along the way until you are no longer required of any of them. But the idea is that you should eventually become completely irrelevant as the person's going through their chain. So after 12 weeks, if you were my client, I wouldn't want to see you anymore. I've made a mistake if it's been more than 12 weeks.
As a exercise physiologist?
As an exercise physiologist, it's even less. most people will only see you for the amount of time that they have those free packets in their private health insurance. So you get 5 a year to see if you go to a doctor.
Yeah.
Most people don't see their exercise visits past the 5. They might need 10, but most people go 5.
Yeah.
And with the exception of like DVA or people who are covered, like Defence Force operants, not operators, but people who have been injured in the Defence Force, like senior citizens and veterans and stuff. People have coverage, see them all the time. Like your rich guys who can afford it, see you all the time. It becomes almost chummy, right?
Yeah.
But most people who's like, I'm really busted.
Yeah.
I just need to do a thing. Yeah, that's it. So like 5 sessions. It's no longer free. I am now gone. I ran a poll to, do you guys want free PT for one person for 6 weeks at my gym? I had 60 people applied for it. I had to can it because it was just like the other facilities were like, we can't offer that.
Yeah.
So please don't. Basically. Yeah. Fucking mental.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your job is usually to keep, like, you might hold a client for 10 years because it becomes they're good to go. They're trying to hit a new goal, like a 2-year run or whatever. But most of my clients I won't see past 12 weeks, nor should I.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If you need more than 12 weeks of nutritional education, then you should just go see a dietitian. You know what I mean? You don't need to see me. Like, I'm going to give you as much as I can to a point. Yeah. But I've got the wrong attitude. I'm all about, like, that attitude is not a good way for you to keep making money.
Well, no, that's it, right? Because, like, if I...
Do you want another one?
Oh, yes, please.
I'm fucking smashing them. Put them in. Feed me. Oh, I even bought the whole... Oh, I might have burnt... I didn't burn the meat. It's just... I had to make it into pulled pork, not into a... Like, I bought a beautiful roast, beef roast, and then it was probably a little bit thinner than I wanted it to be, so now I've made it pulled beef.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I cut you off. But yeah, my business model doesn't work. That's why I have to go online and make programs and things for people to buy. Because I don't really want to keep clients. I want to get clients to the point where they can actually succeed. Like if I make you reliant on me like a drip, then I'm only ever I have 20 people capacity. So what do you do?
Yeah.
And you're going to run into this issue is when you are full and your prices are as high as you feel you are able to get them. Okay, well, you might be on 100 grand a year, 120 grand a year. What's next? What do you actually do?
That's a very good question.
How do you help the masses? Because you are limited by time.
I mean, it's sort of one of those things, like, I've had a big think about this, or I'm like, well, I don't have an answer yet, or I'm like, well, I think generally most people's sort of, I guess, goal is to just get off the floor and go online and then, whatever. Well, some people. But I'm kind of like,
it's a whole different game.
Yeah, I didn't even know, like, that's the thing. It's sort of, I think about something you said to someone from my like Cert 3, Cert 4 class, which was like, Ronnie Coleman and Arnold have like all the advice already out there online for free. So it's like, what can you say that they,
Yeah, you don't have as much clout.
Yeah. And
you're not Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, well...
Particularly, for context, that conversation, and I have that with most of the younger men who are PTs, who are like, I'm going into personal training and I'm going to help bodybuilders. I'm like, well, when you're looking at, and we've talked about this all the time, you and I particularly, when it's like, what are the two things that matter when you're looking at clients is the need for you and the ability to pay for it. And most bodybuilders have none. They don't care about your skill set because most bodybuilders are trying to learn it themselves. And most bodybuilders are quite broke because it's the demographic of 35-year-old men and under.
Yes.
And those who aren't broke and know what they're doing don't need a PT. So they probably work with a sports specialist or an actual bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So why
they just have it. I mean, literally, like, you could, if you wanted to, you could just go to Worlds, go up to the biggest guy and just ask him, like, bro, how did I get like you?
What's
And he will be more than, like, majority of them, they'll be more than happy to just, this is what I do. Fucking, they'd be happy. They'd be like, oh yeah, man. And it's like,
you buy Arnold Schwarzenegger's Encyclopedia of Modern Bodybuilding for $120 on Amazon, and it's about that thick. It's in there, and it is I'll show you after this. It is every.
You gotta show me that,
there's man, you should see some of these textbooks I have. I've read all of them over the last decade.
Yeah,
it's fucking the trick is you only need to know where stuff is.
Yeah.
I don't need to know it. I can go, what is they doing? Oh, I remember that's in this book around there. Oh yeah, beautiful. But yeah, it's like that thick. Like it costs me more to ship it from like place to place than it's worth probably.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, but like you can't beat it.
Mm.
You just can't. It's not gonna happen.
yeah. So it's just, yeah. I don't know. That's sort of just. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know someone who is like a bodybuilder who's also a PT. And yeah, like he's coached people into, onto the stage and all that. But it's just, it just didn't work for him. Like, just not enough people and just couldn't make a living off it.
That's fair.
And then I know someone else as well, someone else from a different anytime who also does that, who's a bodybuilder, and he seems to be doing fine, but he's also sort of not just bodybuilders, he's sort of, just general population as well. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like a mixture.
A lot of PTs have a day job.
Yeah.
There's a fantastic instructor where I work she does aqua zumba, and it's really niche, and she has a following. Like her pool class will be full.
Yeah.
Right. And that's, you filling a 50-meter pool is a bloody hard job.
But
because the employer doesn't understand the value of her service, she's on an hourly, not per head. So she brings in 50 clients that are not the gym specific. And so she's, with the owner, has arranged a $120 an hour thing that sounds really good because she'll do 6 classes a week or something like that.
Yeah.
But that's not enough to live off when you're 50 and you have a mortgage.
Yeah.
And particularly when every one of those clients you have brought in, like without her, they don't exist. That's not a thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you should charge to the business $2 a head, $5 a head per class. Because they're making plenty of them. Each one of them is spending, I think they're like $20 a week membership for each of those students. So I would like $2 a head every time for the students I'm bringing in.
Yeah.
Whatever, $1 a head. It's just not reasonable though, because myself, if you're an employer, you're looking at that, you're like, well, it's my pool, my insurance, my this. And like, I don't get it because I'm not a fitness person, I'm a business person.
Yeah.
Like, and then the fitness person's there going, well, you don't have a business if I'm not here. Like, if you lose 50 clients, it's a huge hit.
So yeah, it's a really weird thing because I don't know if it depends on the place. Like you also sometimes get the vibe where the gym thinks that like they employ you as well, where it's like, no, you don't. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you're a contractor.
Yeah, like an independent contractor, right? I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Like, so it's like, well, I'm running my own business. I'm just renting a space here, like, and then they just make me wear their shirts.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, we were having issues when I first started at this other place where it's like, hey man, can you come in for a cleaning shift? I was like, no. Like, oh, we really need someone to do it. And I'm like, no, sorry. Like, I get it. I get that you need that kind of help, but there's 3 jobs that need to be done in this room, and one of them only I can do. And it's going to take me all day. And there's 2 other jobs that need to be done in this room, and you have a bunch of 16-year-olds employed here to do that.
Yeah.
Like, where do you want my time to go? Because I'm not cheap to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, since you're in anti-fitness, hey man, can you just look at the front desk for a bit? Hey man, can you just do this for me? Dude, can you cover that class for me? Can you do this? Like, all of a sudden you're an employee who's a contractor.
Yeah.
And hey man, can you just make it a shake for that guy? That'd be so super helpful. And you're like, you're not a bad guy. You're not gonna be like, fuck off.
Yeah, yeah.
Can you, hey man, just take that bin out? You're there anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
that's the thing. I've been very luckily I've never been asked to do anything like that, which is good. I've just the only things that have been like, I guess they've like showed me like, oh yeah, this is where the refills are, just in case, it hasn't been done and we're unstaffed and people are like being like, oh, what the fuck, where's the refills? And it's sort of like, I guess it's like a team thing, right? Because, you don't want everyone in the gym to be like, well, what the fuck? Like, So it's like, fair enough. But yeah, apart from that, it's like, I don't do anything for the gym and I don't want to.
Don't do anything for them, nor do I fucking want to do anything for them.
They don't pay me. I pay them, so it's
Yeah,
like
you're paying them for this privilege of using their space. I think eventually you will go to a spot that's most life of the PT is most people start these big boxes. You'll start making like $2,000 a week or $1,000 a week or whatever cap of money you get, where you start going, hold on, I think I'm actually of huge value to this business. And then you'll negotiate either to reduce your rent, or you'll go to a spot that's like doesn't charge rent. That's a bit more of a boutique gym because you'll find a specialism of some description or a demographic you like to work with.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, we really value the fact that you bring 50 clients with you. And like you're the only one around here who can do this specific thing. You then move to the middle gym, which has got like maybe 3 PTs or owners or whatever, very small, but the numbers are specific. CrossFit is the example, right? And then from there, you then go, you run the shit out of that, your wage increases again, the workload decreases because of your specialism, but your prices have increased. And then you start hitting that point where you're like, hold on. Like I help with the books. I do a lot of this other stuff, the business side, to help out. And I'm looking at the book and I think that I could do this. And I can see how much the owner's making, and I'm certainly not making that, but I reckon I could. And then you go into your own business or you go online.
Yeah.
Like I was running group classes for my boss, and he was 100% making $10,000 a week off those classes. And I was getting paid $1,000 to do those classes, which looks really good, right? $1,000 for, I think I was doing like 8 classes that week. So one every morning, one every evening for 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Maybe it's 10 classes, whatever. So like $100 an hour after tax. Then my own PTs with no rent. Like sounds really good, right?
Yeah.
Until you're like, hold on, you're not even here, and you're making $10,000, and you own the space and you own the building, and that's because of this, right?
Yeah.
It took him 20 years to do it, but he's doing very well. So it's like, I reckon if I could do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's it. Yeah. That's just the next natural step, I think, right?
Feels
so
like
you become the guy, you know, who makes $10,000 off someone making $1,000, right? Although you're not the type to do that, I don't think.
I really want to build like the same clinic space that he had and use it to help the niche clients, but also train people. Like my big goal is to bridge the divide between PTs and exercise physios, where you need to have exercise physios in the building doing the stuff, but we need to tutor PTs far better than we do. This like my end goal would have a clinic that's got a gym in it, like a gym clinic. So I can do my group classes and I can do my specialized stuff, but run a program that works like an apprenticeship for PTs. So I want to have first year PTs, second year PTs, third year PTs, fourth year PTs. And actually, like you graduate, you do Cert 3, Cert 4, and then you apply to be an apprentice in one of those spaces. And then we vet you and decide if we're going to pay you to come work for us. So I would pay you $50,000 to work at my facility or $40,000 to work at my facility for a year, while you're getting your skill sets up. And then next year we increase the pay, the next year we increase the pay, and then the fourth year we then look at what you're planning to do, and for whatever, you can start training to be in a business or whatever it is, but it's like an employee thing. And then you would look at potentially like, you're an employee who then you don't get, as you get to decide, as you go through each year, do you want to be on the wage or do you want to get money per client you have, and which you should wean people off. But you want to start, it's like, hey man, you get $30,000 just to be here, $40,000 to be here. I need you to learn.
Yeah, it's like for a PT, that's huge.
Right? $40,000 a year to just, I need you to learn here.
Yeah,
underneath a bunch of exercise physios.
Guaranteed income for a PT who's like starting out. It's like,
and I need you not to stress, so that I can be like, hey man, and I want to be like, here's the 3 courses that I recommend you do in this first year. Which one would you like to do? We'll pay for it. They're all like a $500 course. And then, you give the client, or in this case, the PT, 6 months to have a play in your facility, run some classes, do some PTs, work under exercise physiologists. Because it's like, there's no one better. There's no one better at exercise than exercise physiologists. That's why they do the thing, right? And then that way, at the end of the journey, the client, your PT can decide, do I want to now step into uni? I've made my money. I know how to sustain myself. Or is the small business model the thing I want to do? Or is franchise the thing I want to do? But you got to give people the time to decide.
Yeah, for sure.
But that, like, you can still run a hugely functional gym at the same time. Like it's, as you know, it's not that hard to run a gym as long as you have the right people.
it's funny, right? Like, I don't know, just the way some gyms are run, you'd think it's really hard to run a gym. It's like, jeez. Because I mean, like at the end of the day, like the gym's not that deep. It's like people show up and they lift shit and they go home, and it's like,
yeah. I'm very interested to see because I've like helped run a gym, but I never had my skin in the game. It's like if no one knows you exist, like you think about your gym when you were at the original one you were at, like it wasn't well known, so you just didn't have the numbers.
yeah,
So like figuring that problem out, competing with the Anytime Fitness kind of guys, that's like, how can you justify spending $50 a week here when down the road's $20? Well, you wouldn't buy a cheap Ferrari kind of thing, right? Why are you buying a cheap gym?
Yeah. It'd be a hard sell with Anytime because the gym genuinely is pretty high quality already. So I don't even.
But it doesn't have the rehab, and it doesn't have the nutrition, it doesn't have the experts. So you can have any good room with a bunch of equipment, but it's the coaches and the trainers that sell the product. I think, at least.
Like, it depends on your audience as well, because like that's the thing. From my experience, my limited experience, majority of people. I don't know. Majority of people aren't really like crazy into that stuff. It's kind of weird. Like people want the results, but then as soon as you're like, well, this is what you have to do, like, you go real deep into it, they kind of just like,
they don't care.
I'm like, I just want to lift shit. Like, okay.
Yeah, I kind of want to I just want to be here. I want to get the results without the work. That's why I like older
feel good about myself. It's like, all right.
That's why I like older population, because they all need you to be. They actually care, or they need you, right?
Yeah. And that's sort of why I like all the clients I have as well, because they care. They put in work as well. Like we show up and it's like they're ready to go and they're good. So it's like, and that's sort of why I don't like chase people up or anything like that, or try to convince people, because they're already motivated. They already have their own goals, and it's like we just communicate and it's like we're a team or whatever. Like,
what's your prediction for another 6 months or end of the year?
I have no idea.
What do you think's going to happen by the end of this year?
Probably not much, I would say. I'm going to go safe and say, probably not much. Like, probably maybe get a few more people in. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. Probably get a few more people in and just... I don't know. I've kind of just been, like, mentally stagnating, I think.
Okay.
Over the past...
Well, you're just enjoying the work, right?
Yeah, I guess so, right? It's sort of, it's still new to me, so but I don't know. That's a whole thing as well, where it's sort of like, it's new, but it's not like crazy new, exciting anymore. It's like, all right, now I'm just like in the trenches, still in this learning curve, which is a big learning curve, I think. I think like people, it's like, say it's an apprenticeship sort of thing, where it's like, like 4 years in, I'm still going to be learning.
Well, you finish your apprenticeship, you're now ready to go into practice, right?
Yeah. So it's kind of like, well, I'm kind of just at not even halfway through that whole learning phase yet, so I'm still just...
Do you have a mentor in the building? Is there another PT in there who's like got their shit together?
There was. That's a whole interesting thing. There was. He just like showed me all the ways he did things and all this sort of stuff, and I was like, okay, great. And then we got into it a little bit, and then I sort of just like, I don't really talk to him anymore, to be honest. Like,
okay. But he's there if you're like, hey, what's this? Because like he might have seen the thing you've seen for the first time. He's seen it 1,000 times. It's just this.
I could ask him anyway. Yeah, because
it's
very
really important.
Very focused on the business side of things.
That's fine.
Which is that's a whole thing as well. Seeing that sort of being focused on the business side of things and trying to convince people, like, because he's got clients who, like some of them are actually quite broke and like they're on like Centrelink and stuff like that. I think, but because he's sort of really invested in the business side of things and really invested in how to talk to people and sort of how to convince people and shift their kind of perspective. It's like people are prioritizing, like now they're prioritizing PT over other things, I guess. And it's like...
It means a good sales.
Exactly.
It's the biggest skill you need, is sales.
And it's like...
It's like, you actually need this. Do you want to die?
It's like, that's cool, but then, like just ending up with... I don't know, like, he's told me some days it's just like, because they just don't want to do it, like, or they're just not motivated, or they're not sticking to nutrition, or they're just, not getting any results because of it, and it's kind of just like, yeah. So I think that's sort of the flip side where it's like, yeah, it's more money, but you don't enjoy the job as much. And I'm like, well, where's a good middle ground? Like, I like to think I'm at a decent middle ground, like a pretty decent position where I'm at right now, because literally everyone I'm training with is getting results.
That's great.
And they
Are
feel
you talking
great.
monetarily, or like what you're doing as far as you have, like, you think you're in a good spot?
Yeah, monetarily and yeah, like.
So I think you're still too cheap.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
But you need to fill your books to prove that you're not first. Like, I'd be putting it to 100 as soon as you hit 20.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's definitely the move to do.
Yeah. But you need to, again, add something to make it so it is obvious. So the existing clients go, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But you need to filter guys out. You actually want to get rid of clients when you hit 20.
There's no one I'd get rid of at the moment.
It's not about that though, right? So it's more about like when you hit 20, you go, right, I now need more space for clients who will spend more because of my services are better. I'm better at what I do now and I can get you there quicker and our rapport is good. It is now, you give everyone 4 months, 2 months, 1 month notice that due to this, this, and this, and this, and you give them why, you tell them why it's going up. Prices will be increasing to this point. If this is a concern, let me know. If not, whatever. And ideally, you lose 4 people or you lose 20% of your clients because they go, hey, it's just, either they've moved on, which is the best case scenario, where they no longer need your service and they go, and then they go into your group class, your box fit, or the one you'll eventually make, right? Or whatever it is.
Well, yeah, or whatever. Well, I mean, that's the thing. I don't really want people in my group class at the moment because it's.
Well, you want to make your own class.
Yeah.
Because that way you charge the business the rent that they're taking off you.
I think it's.
I'm not sure what Anytime does. I'm not sure how Anytime does it.
Anytime, I think they do like $1 a minute or whatever. So if you did like a half an hour class, it's like $30. So it's just like, I don't even think it's worth it, to be honest.
Well, I would charge my clients. I have 3 classes, like 1, 2, 3, and it's like $40 to $50 for them to do them to get access. Or you have 5 classes, 1, 2, 3 for 5, and it's $10 a class.
I don't even know if I can do that.
I don't know. I would have to chat to them because that's the next step as you start losing people.
Yeah,
because people are going to go, hey man, I've been with you for 4 months. Why am I still with you? I thought you said this was going to happen. Oh, it's a 2-year goal. Yeah, it's starting to get expensive. $80 a week for some people is a lot. And you go, it's okay because good. Yes, and you always start with the negative first. You go, yeah, $80 is a lot a week, and that's why it's good that I have a $40 group class you can just join, and you still see me every day. But since you've leveled up, you don't need as much hands-on. So the group class is more appropriate. Oh, really? Sure. It's way better for you.
Yeah.
Because you get 5 for 40. I just don't suck your dick the whole time. You know what I mean? Like, I just fiddle with it. So, whatever.
Right, it's the more subtle touch, right?
Exactly. It's a little, and then they go, oh, beautiful. So, yeah, that's like, that's the perfect filtering. So you got to have your filter.
Yeah, no, that's really good. Yeah, I think Anytime would be the only barrier for that because they try and hijack it, I reckon.
I think you'd be surprised. Because if it sounds like they're not that interested, or like they kind of have other concerns, don't they?
What
like what you do past your rent is your business anyway. Because you are a contractor. You just need somewhere for those clients to go. Otherwise you'll lose them and you won't get them back.
Yeah, for sure.
You could even just have a park thing. You could do something at a park or a local whatever. And it starts off being just super cheap because of the location. And as that improves and you get bigger and bigger, you can afford the next bigger space. Yeah. Which is the natural transition into owning your own spot.
Yeah. You're 100% right.
That's what most guys would do.
Yeah.
That's what my previous boss did, is that he did PTs at the local commercial club and he attached a shed to his backyard and, you know, it wasn't glamorous, but he started doing boom, 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 and then the shed became an extension, and extensions became a rented space at the local wherever, the community, wherever it was. And then he bought that spot because he made enough money to do so and could apply for a loan, and then he paid off the loan. Off he went. And it took him 20 years, but these days, if you got him to do it again, he'd do it in 5.
Yeah.
Because he knows what to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is where you find a mentor who's already done it.
Yeah.
What would you do?
We can do it in 5.
Well, yeah, so you get to decide. So as you make more and more money, you start trading money for skills, and you start trading money for life. As in, Like you can get so good at PT, but you are not a marketer and you are not a accountant and you're not a staff. So you start making so much money that you're buying people around you. So I'm buying your life experience of accounting and your life experience of building a business. So you might spend $5,000 on a 1 hour conversation with someone who's made 3 businesses. And in that 1 hour, you are good to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to start trading this income for ways to make more money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's how everyone makes their money, right? Spend money to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that whole, yeah.
Daniel Presley's a good guy to listen to about it. He's all about, his job is opening businesses. He opens businesses for people. He talks about the doubling rule where you start off with 1 and then you go to 2. Like employees, people. So you go from 1 partner to 2 partners, 2 partners to 4 employees, 4 employees to 8, 8 to 16, and into 32. It's like you double. And then when you hit that point, like it becomes like a $100,000 business to a $200,000 business to $1 million business to a multi-million dollar, a $10,000,000 business to a multi-million dollar business. It's just like, and each hurdle has different things. Yeah. But like most businesses go up in 2s. So like you couldn't run a gym by yourself effectively. But you could with 4 people. However, you don't need 4 people to do PT. You do need 2 people to do, like, if you're doing like 40-hour PTs, because you need someone doing your marketing and your calls and your whatever, but you can afford one. And then from that, you then go gunk, 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 gunk. Again, those are not my words. Those are Daniel Presley's words.
Yeah.
So it's not my experience from there. It's someone who's done it a lot. Yeah. So I couldn't actually tell you if that works, but it sounds good when he talks about it.
I imagine it does.
He's a multi-billionaire. He's done pretty well.
Yeah. He's done all right, I guess.
He opens businesses for fun.
Yeah,
he's got some good advice though. Like he's like, write a book. No one's gonna read it. No one will. No one's gonna,
Yeah.
But it's not about that. It's because when you sit in the meeting, but next to your name it says publisher.
Yeah.
And people go, "Oh, you've published a book." I'm never gonna read it, but I've published a book on exercise. And yeah, it might be the best thing ever. Some books are fantastic. But some books are like this. Like one of his clients made a kid's book about organs affected by alcohol. So the organs talking to the parent,
right?
And like as if it was a kid's book, but it's like a fancy kid's book. But it's about health, and her spectrum was about alcohol abuse. And so she's a published author about alcohol abuse. And yes, the book isn't as necessarily as, it's not a textbook by any means, but she is a publisher in a field, and it gives you clout in the room that you're sitting in.
Yeah.
And he did a thing where he went to every single business I think he was tech, and he said to them, "Hey, there's a tech event, and these guys have all been invited." He hasn't said that they're coming or not, but the big names have been invited, and they're going to be at this table at this time, and dinner's paid for, and it's an excuse for the big heads to all sit in the room together. And since everyone's assuming the other person's coming, he has a room with the best guys, and it's a $20,000 or $10,000 check because of the food. But he went around and got every single name, number, and thing of all the big clouts in the city. Yeah. And he's just like, of the 20 people, he got 18 numbers. He's like, "Hey guys, I'm new to town. I'm a tech guy. This is what I'm doing. I just wanted to invite you all here so you guys could converse, which I know you already do, and so I could be immersed in your shit. If you're happy to show me some stuff, I would love to do it. If not, enjoy the evening." And that's all he did for promo. Paid for the bill. Yeah. Took out a credit card, bang bang, and he's like, and from that I think he made $5 million in a year. Because everyone who's really good want to talk about it. Yeah. When someone's like, "This is what I do," and I fucking, they want to talk to you. Yeah. Like bodybuilders want to talk to you about bodybuilding.
Yes.
I have a running athlete at the minute who I'm training for triathlon stuff. And I'm very clear with him. I said, "I'm going to help you with rehab and nutrition and muscular strength training around this sport. I'm not a triathlon. I don't do that. But here's the team. Here's the local Ipswich triathlon team. I bet you $100. Find the oldest guy there who's done it for 30 years and they'll tell you they can't do it anymore, but they will. They'll talk to you all day. The most valuable people are like, "I'm retired, but I've done 50 years of podiatry." You're like, "Oh, you probably know a thing or two, maybe." Maybe.
Forgot more than most people know.
Yeah, it's a good line there.
Yeah. I mean, that's it, right?
Man, I'm more excited for you than you are. I'm like,
yeah.
He's gonna kill it. He's gonna do something.
Well, it's like you've been a big part of this, to be honest. So it's like I'd consider myself like hopefully in the future, like a success story for you, right?
I'm just your hype man, brother. So I don't. I'm just
Now you're being humble. No, you've done a lot more.
Like, it's same with PT. Like, we don't do, like, I can only give you the path. You decide what you want to do with it. And, like, you will do stuff that I would never do because of your situation. And that's not to say that anything wrong, one way is the right way or the wrong way. Like, you're going to have success in however you do it as long as you don't stop going. Yeah. As soon as you stop is when you fail. Yeah. Because you didn't solve the problem. Yep. You decided to stop instead of going around it or over it. Yep. So, like, you know, I'm never going to take on clients that you would take on, but I don't have the same needs that you need. And I'm going into like really niche rehab and education. Like you probably don't have any interest in teaching PTs how to PT.
Not at the moment, no. Because, yeah.
You don't?
Yeah.
But like you haven't I was running, my thing that got my goat was seeing people who had passion, skills, and potential getting just chewed out by the system. It's like guys like you would do 6 months and no one is helping them, and they are absolutely fully capable of making livable money off this industry. Yep. Now they quit and go into something else, or go to uni and become, you know, one of the 1,000 physiotherapists that, unfortunately, there's a lot of okay physiotherapists who should have been great PTs. You know, who are like, so that market's saturated because these guys, they're not that, they're good. I don't get me wrong, but they're not that great. Yeah. You know, so like, but they could have been millionaire PTs or 100 grand, even not even millionaire PTs. They could have been 150 grand a year PT, which is really great. That's really good.
And honestly, I think with the whole PT thing as well, like just honestly, yeah, I think there's just a few things. There's honestly like a lot of people would only need a few, like maybe slight tweaks or a few tips, like literally just to get them going, like, and then they could get them to a point where they can keep going at it and then keep learning or whatever, where they don't get basically chewed out by it. Like,
well, if you imagine you went into Anytime Fitness first. No, you had no clients. You have no one's checking in, sending how you are, what's going on. It was $285 a week. I need you to run a box fit class and figure it out. So you're working full time and not full time. You're working a lot and trying to figure out stuff. And let's say you're 18 because you've just graduated school, and so they say clean up the bins, and you do because you're like, oh, they're my boss. No, you're a contractor. New. Different.
Yeah, that's the thing, because nobody tells you that either. Nobody tells you like, hey, you don't actually work, like, because that's the thing. Anytime we'll kind of the way they talk, like the way they email you, they're like, oh yeah, you're an Anytime, you know, you're on the team, you know,
which you are.
Yeah,
but you're not.
But it's like, no.
We had a really big meeting the other day about what does the next 12 months look at, like where I'm currently at. And we had the employees and the contractors and the in-betweeners in a room, and we're pitching all these ideas. Now, the most experienced people in the room, there were 3 of us, as far as like lots of experience in industry, and it didn't matter what we said, it was shut down. So it's like we're going to do this, this, and this. And we're like, that's not going to work because of these reasons. Like, well, we'll be fine. Okay. We should do this. That's not going to work because it's competing directly with your PTs. It'll be fine. And it's like, okay. But like, we don't have to do these things. So when we're like, they're like, oh, well, who here is going to help us with that? And all of the contractors just went, nah. And they go, yeah, because you're asking me to do free labor on the promise or that I might get some clients. So no. So you still have that like, nah, power. And one of the guys was just like, hey, what's my incentive to be here? Sorry. Like I'm paying to be here. So why would I agree to that project? And the owners of the room are like, oh shit, that's a good point, right? Like if, for example, one of the things is we're going to run an 8-week camp and it's $100 to sign up, and you get a coach for 8 weeks, and they're going to do your nutrition, do your programming, and do a PT with you every now and again. I'm like, oh, so $1,000 service. I'm like, for why though? What are you trying to do? Oh, who can ever lose the most weight quickest? I'm like, so you're encouraging people to do the things we advise against, which is quick weight loss, which doesn't work ever.
Yeah, that's not a good. Yeah, because people.
But for marketing, they want to do it for marketing. Right?
Yeah, it's
They want to give $1,000 to the winner.
Starve yourself.
I'll just starve myself.
$5,000. Yeah, exactly.
And also, I'm not getting paid. Just how about you make it 500 and give me some money? Like maybe the coach wins something. And I was just like, what are you trying to teach? Because we're not in a world gym. We're a health gym, and all the health implications for long-term functionality and weight loss indicate slow changes over long periods of time.
Yep.
To keep everyone happy, safe, and sound.
Yep.
Particularly, most of our clients are 60. So like, I'm not going to starve them for 12 weeks, nor should I. And so it's just like when you bring that logic that even though you should probably listen to your professionals, we're going to do it anyway. Okay, well, I'm not doing it. So I don't know who you think's going to run that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, don't know what you're thinking, but
it's like, good luck.
Yeah.
Go on.
Do you think if you were dropped into Anytime Fitness,
oh, fuck, that would have been brutal.
Do you think you would have just been successful at this point?
Like if I was just dropped into it,
you didn't have the original 5 or 10 clients. You just were like your first career.
Oh, like first sessions as well. Everything at any time.
You'd still be employed. I don't think you would have been under yet.
Yeah, I think I still would have been fine. Just would have been a bit. I wouldn't be in the position I'm in right now, but I would have been probably close, to be honest. I think, yeah. It's like, it would have been like, I don't know, this thing with PT, it is single swim, and it's like, I don't really...
Do you still think it's single swim?
A little bit.
Okay.
I mean...
I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all.
Yeah, I think it is, to be honest, but it's... I don't know, it's weird to say, but for me it's been kind of easy.
You're a fuck. You're such a thing.
That's why I'm like, this doesn't help anyone, but it's like, I haven't done anything and I'm like winning, so it's like...
And I really want to stress, it's the benefits of having a good mentor to start. That guy who helped you out at the start, who got you 10 clients and was making sure you were not starving, was a godsend.
I was like, okay, you're a guy who's like, programs are your shit. All right, cool. I'm just gonna like ask you a million things.
Do that.
Boom. We've got the foundation. We've got programs, and I've literally, the amount of times I've said to people, oh yeah, I have a mate who's an exercise physiologist. I don't even say studying. I just say, oh, he's an exercise physiologist. Well,
my other quals cover it anyway. I just want the Medicare.
Yeah.
So people always go, oh, you studying exercise physiologist? Yeah, but I'm an allied health and human performance specialist. If you really need to know my quals, but it comes across as wanky. It's like, I can give you the 7 qualifications I have. I just want Medicare for half the price. Like, I don't need to do exercise physiologists. It's just nice to be respected amongst peers, like physiotherapists.
Yeah.
So like, it's just, it's a big cock swing game when you get higher and higher and up. So when I've graduated, I'll have to eventually do my PhD.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have doctor in front of your name, then people start at a higher levels get really funky. So it's something I'll eventually do, right?
Yeah.
But like, as far as if I wanted to open up a gym tomorrow and do exactly the thing I've talked to you about I want to do, I could. But I would like to go in with other exercise physiologists, so I need to be able to have the same uniform on.
Yeah. For sure.
Make sense?
Yes.
So I talked to my mentor, he's like, why the fuck are you doing this? Like, you could do this tomorrow. Like, the level of skill needed to do that, because you just refer out when it becomes above scope of practice. So you could. So, well, like, it's better to have it and not need it. And from marketing point of view, very helpful. But, you know, if you talk about like programming and time in the trench, right? Like, I've worked every day more or less in PT, let's say 5 days a week since I was like 20. And I'm 28, 29 soon. So it's just like eight years of, let's say, 5 hours a day. I've probably written thousands of programs. Like, I write 45 brand new programs every cycle, and I do 5 cycles a year.
Yeah.
And that's just for group classes, not PTs.
Fuck.
And then they get adjusted. But at the start, my boss, as I said, made me write 100 and threw them all away. And like, good, fuck yeah.
I know, you told me that story, like, probably, I think the day I met you, you told me that, and I was like,
Yeah. Well, like, if I don't succeed in all these other things I'll do, I will go into specialized programming, or I will write programs for other people to do. Because it's just, it's something I've done in such excess that I really understand the mechanics of it within reason.
Yeah.
Within reason. Yeah. because you just, again, you need to see the client always helps.
Yeah, well, yeah, for sure.
But
So
like
yeah,
more or less,
Yeah.
this will work within this time frame and this nutrition. This will work within reason.
And that was the whole thing I built. I just built like the framework of that. I was just like, first few programs or whatever, I just send them to you. I was like, what do you think?
Yeah, fine.
Boom, we got an idea. I was like, okay, like this is. I was just trying to figure out like your thought process behind
why I do what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then it was like, okay, sweet. And then
you start getting loose with it. You know, like it starts off like, 7-step warm up, 4-step warm up, 2-step warm up, whatever capacity, whatever time you have. And then you start looking at some sort of low intensity, mid intensity, high intensity, either steady state or interval training. Then you start looking at some sort of decompression, some sort of something that's decompressing the joint or ligament that you've just used, or you're lengthening the muscle you've just compressed for a cool down, and you're getting the heart rate back down to a parasympathetic state, to a rest state. Yes. Right? Cool. And after you have that, you can then be like, we're going to fuck around a little bit, because it's like boxers start here and they and they're tight and they're rigid. And then you see McGregor or Floydweather doing this. And it's because they understand the rules so well, they can adapt it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But once you have that basic framework, which I am making a video series on again, because the problem is I need to condense stuff to 10 minutes. Because I made like this hour-and-a-half epic on warm-ups. It's like 2 people have seen it. And it's like, it's too much. It's just too much to commit to watch an hour-and-a-half epic on how to do warm-ups that no one gives a shit about.
Yeah, a lot of people don't have an hour and a half. Right?
Yeah, and also like, it's just like, it's too intimidating to look at. And I waffle. I like to talk. So it's like, I'm always better in person for the education, because we get like, fucking get there, you know? Yeah. But it's also not necessarily we shouldn't do that every time all the way. It's just like, if you have a set of rules at the start, it makes it easier to then specialize. But instead of being like, figure it out, it's like, this is what you do, learn this, and then play with it.
For sure. Yeah.
But your programs were great when you sent them to me, because they followed the moderate template. And it's like, just change that with that. And my rule with you is like, if you can't tell me why it's there and why it's specifically there, you need to think about it.
Yeah.
And you're fine.
Yeah.
Like that older lady you had. Yeah. I was like, why is that there? You're like, good question. Like, should I do this instead? Absolutely. It makes way more sense. Yeah. Bang, bang, bang. And she killed it, didn't she?
Yeah, she loved it. Yeah, there was like one thing she couldn't do. I can't remember exactly what it was.
Some sort of weird fucking grandstanding thing that I like to put in there.
I think so, yeah. It was something, might have been like maybe a squat to bear or something. I don't know, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like to really fuck with it these days. Like my clients today were doing like curtsy squats into lateral lunges, which is like really, it's a simple enough movement, but like you would never, like without a guide, you wouldn't ever suggest it. Yeah. It's just like, they have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Or like windmills with dumbbells and then church get-ups and stuff that's really long-term practical.
Well, yeah, especially for the older populace, right? So.
Yeah, for those guys, they they really need stuff, but they're worried about getting too big. I don't want to get too muscular. You're like, guys, it's going to be okay. I promise you it's going to be okay.
Why does everyone think?
It's really good because I like it because it reminds me often of like if you were to talk to me about cars, I have no fucking idea what you're talking about. So 2 mechanics talking, like I would just be like so out of it. I have no idea what the fuck to do. And it's like when someone's like, not everyone gives as much of a shit as you do. Yeah. Particularly about fitness.
That's what I've found is.
Like some people don't even know the difference between a fat and a carb.
Yeah. Fair.
Or when I post those videos about nutrition, the amount of comments I get that are just like, what? Okay. Like in the context, for me, vegetables and fruits are the same thing because of, we're just, in the context of the nutrition that I teach, it's like, they're serving the same purpose or similar purpose as far as your micronutrients. Yeah. The colored, fibrous thing. One of them is calorie dense and one of them is not calorie dense. So one of them is better for weight loss and one of them is better for weight gain. However, they're both better resources than having something that's not calorie dense or rather is calorie dense but has no nutritional benefits. So when I talk about vegetables and colors of vegetables and I say white, you can include fruit that has white insides like apples or bananas. But the comments are like, I'm pretty sure that a fucking vegetable and a fruit are different. And you're like, okay. In that context, though, it makes sense.
It's like when you break it down.
Well, you're right, but you're wrong.
It's like.
I've been really happy lately. One of my physio exercise mates who works in the same house, he's like the dude to talk to. who's like the guy I'm really picking the brain of at the minute, he actively gets annoyed when you use too complicated language. So when you say stuff like subscapularis, when you like sternocleidomastoid, recfem, he's like, you sound like a fuckwit. And it's like, because your client doesn't care.
Yeah.
You know, like, he's been in the field for 10 years, 20 years as an exercise phys. Yeah. He's like, I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Like, I know what you're talking. Say thigh, bitch. He's like, you are just making yourself look like a wank. And I had a client the other day who's like, hey, man, I've got a really tight rec fem. I was like, so you have a tight quad? So yeah, but they said the rec fem specifically. It's like, well, rec fem is a part of 4 muscles. You can't, it'd be very hard to isolate it.
Yeah, can you even have just a tight?
I think that his physio has said something and he's dittoing it or parroting it without the context of what's happening.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's possible to have one tight thing of the quad. It probably is, but
I mean, this is like a bit off topic, but I mean, that's the only one of the quads that goes above the hip joint, right? So maybe there's something, I don't know.
Maybe. There's a ton, like there's so much going on in the leg that it's not funny, right?
Yeah.
But when you say, oh, I've got tight rec fem, you mean you have tight quads?
Yeah.
Okay, like, so probably stretch. Like the stretch is no different. You're still doing some sort of release and some sort of lengthening and then some sort of tightening of the back within reason. Yeah. So it's like me saying rec fem just makes me sound like a fuckwit. So it's funny, like, because I was like going in hard. I'm like, oh, using my correct anatomy and directional terminology, and he's just like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, cool. You're smart. Good work. Go jack off in the other room if you wish. So I've been really trying to like dumb it down as much as even like the warm-ups, like they don't care.
But even then, like I find myself not wanting to sound dumb by being like, all right, so we're gonna do lateral raises. So this does the side of the shoulder. I'm like, oh, that makes me sound dumb as fuck. But then I don't want to be like, oh, but the lateral deltoid. I'm like, well, that just sounds like I'm a fuckwit. So I'm like, how do I go like in between? Oh, I don't know
because like if you were saying. Like if you said to me, we're doing lateral dumbbell raises or whatever, I'd be, okay. But like if the client needs you to be the brain, then I'm happy to be the brain. Like I can, and like why do I do this? Well, when we're looking at width in the shirt, when you're looking at what actually looks good. So we're looking at muscles that are going to make you look bigger, particularly if you're doing bodybuilding. It's like, well, width is really a factor in a white shirt is what we're trying to look for, right? So the width, the side of the deltoids, you know, if I protrude that, make it bigger, it looks good. Who would have thought? You know? And so, oh, okay. So that's then your brain side of it, but I'm still using dumb words. Yeah. So like most of the guys who I've been talking to is like, if you have to speak above a 3rd grade reading level, it's too much content. It's just people won't understand what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah. There's something like that, for example, like if anyone asks me that with like lateral raises, I just say like, this is so, you know, you won't be able to fit through like the door or something like that, you know, it's just some shit like that. Like you'll just spam these and you'll be so wide you won't be able to fit through a fucking doorway. And they're just like, oh, okay. Yeah. I get it. Yeah.
And you always appeal to whatever the client is saying. So it's like you have lateral raises in there because you're trying to hit all 3 heads of the deltoid. They don't care about it, but they need to know about why am I doing this particular muscle. Right? Yeah. You're like, well, because we're trying to move as many calories as we can to help you with your weight loss. Or because your front deltoid is tight, as you know, from your injury. So we're trying to give some sort of stretch and relief from that space because they're a rehab client. They're a bodybuilder client. We want to make sure the boulder isn't small on one side. Like you same concept, same thing, but with different language.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so that's a really like as you get more and more mat time, like you'll have your little words that you like. Yeah, you know, I always say like good, better, best, or like readiness, or I use like little sayings that will like just become a part of your vocabulary as you go.
And that's it. It's all individual as well. You kind of just it's like you figure out what your sort of PT style. I don't know.
Your
training
PT
style. Your coaching style. I don't know.
I want to make predictions for your future. Let's
go ahead.
You psychopath. Yeah. For you this year, I really want to see your books full. That's 20 clients. That's 20 clients, not just session hours, but clients.
Yeah. I mean, by the end of the year,
I want your prices at $100. Those are the 2 big things. We don't need to do more than that. That's $2,000.
I mean, that's very doable.
Very doable.
By the end of the year, yeah, for sure.
Then in that time, I think you're going to find really, like, you're going to be like, hey, I found that these people cycle through and I don't hold them for long. These people I hold for ages, and these people I don't want to hold, but I have to. And so I think you'll start getting like more specific in what you're trying to do. And I think by the end of the year, you'll have hit a wall of scope. There'll be something that's holding you back from the next step. We're like, oh, they keep asking me nutritional questions. I just don't know. Probably nutrition, if it was
probably, yeah, I would say so. Like, I know more or less the basics, and that's sort of, I haven't needed to know more than that yet. Yeah, because most people's goals are just...
So much of looking good naked is kitchen work.
I mean, yeah.
It's like most of your stuff in the gym is just strengthening stuff to raise your resting metabolism and be stronger, but it's not going to affect their weight gain, weight loss. It's almost all kitchen.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when people are like, I want to lose weight, it's like, well, it's not done here.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing where I'm also like, well, I haven't found any clients that actually already don't like know what they're doing already. That's a weird thing as well. Like, they're all very like food smart. Oh, some of them.
Sure.
Some of them are. Yeah.
I think people like, well, they know the guys who look good are they're doing something right. They're not just some buffoon. Okay, I think that's your first year this year. Some sort of hurdle. I think that you'll have $100 per client and you'll have 20 clients. And I think that you will have some sort of headbutt with Anytime Fitness by the end of that year.
Yeah, I can see that happening, to be honest.
Yeah. Only because, like, I think you're going to need to start. There's going to be a filter that you're like, I need to start introducing the filter for the guys who are dropping off, and there's going to be a headbutt there where there's no space for them to allow you to filter them into something. Probably.
Yeah.
Hopefully not this year, but on your second year, I think that's going to be the big problem for you. Is that you now are either probably at $120 next year, and you're probably floating 20 sessions but not clients. You have more clients than you have sessions because you're going to look at doing semi-privates, which is actually a really good cheat code, which is not a bad idea for you. Semi-privates is 4 people.
It's been proposed to me by one of my clients, like, because she asked me, like, are you limited to this gym? And I was like, yeah, just this gym, but like, I'm not limited to like going to a park, whatever. It's just like, oh, maybe we could go do something in a park, and like I could invite one of my friends or whatever, and we'll just do like a semi-private kind of thing. Like she would have...
Semi-privates are the shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Where I'm like, I've been thinking about that ever since she said that. I've been thinking about that, and I'm like,
it's big money because it's not a group class, so it's not as space restricted. You're not going to get as much money. However, you charge 4 people, so you and your 4 friends. So the session itself is $150 or whatever. $200, whatever. You can do like 130, 120, whatever you want to do. And then you tell your clients there's 4 people allowed in each session. However, the session is 120. You can decide how to split it amongst yourselves as you wish.
Yeah.
So you can go like, well, I'll do 40, 40, or even 30, 30, 30, 30, or whatever it is. Right. So of course, now I'm getting a PT, and with my friends for $30, and you give them a program with it. Sweet. And you do the thing I do. You get your nutrition thing. You have the quals, you just type in all the information because that's what you've paid for, and then you give them the sheet that goes, that's what I need you to do for nutrition. Here's your program. I'll see you weekly for $120 and your 4 friends. So it's $30 for that for however long you want to do it. So now it's not $100 each. It's now only $30 each, and they can get a program and they train, and you see them once a week to check in on them, and you do their metrics and all this stuff. Sweet. You have 10 of those a week. And then you have your specific clients for the specific clients. But then, and you run for 45 minutes. Go on, done. You could run 4 of those a day without much effort.
Yeah.
Now you're looking, and let's say it's even 150. You could do 150. Depends. If you're adding that nutritional element, it's 150. If it's not, So your second year, I think, was figuring out how to do something like that.
Yeah.
And then your third year will be needing a new space, your own space, some sort of something like that.
Yeah,
or a better deal.
Yeah, like that's a really big thing, isn't it? Like anytime sort of they wouldn't let you get too big. That's
they're not going to let you do what I do, where it's like $30,000 for 12 weeks worth of like 1 hour a week. for 12 weeks, 30 grand.
Yeah.
They're like, how much can I get? I'm going to take
Yeah.
15 of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, well,
yeah.
no. How about no?
Mm.
But that's what I do. So what I do, the thing that's like my nutrition program that I'm running this in a couple of weeks is like, it's $49 per person per week for 11 weeks. And at the end of that course, you should not need like any more questions past that point. You need to go to a dietitian.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you every single tool. I'm going to take your time. And it's 1 hour a week once the work's done behind the scenes. And it's like, I will have 20 to 30 people do that. It's $50 a head. And I don't pay rent.
It's free. Crazy good.
So you can do it with powerlifting, you can do it with boxing, you do whatever. But these short stinks, and because you learn a lot in that little time, and you also go, hey, I've got an open, I've got to close. So you know, like, it's not like here's the 12 months of stuff. It's like, if it doesn't work out for you, you've only got to do it for 10 weeks. Boom, done, learn, move on. So it's like little practices at running your own business.
Yeah.
So it's practicing, how am I going to do this in this space?
Isn't it? Yeah.
Same with those little group classes. You are practicing what it's like to do the stuff a group class has with no consequence.
Yeah.
If it doesn't work out, you lose. You're like, full clients get, actually, it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Why wasn't it for you?
Yeah.
Like them leaving is actually one of the better things. You're like, what? Like having all constant success gives you like poor reading. Like, what am I actually doing? Am I doing anything wrong, or am I just the tits?
Yeah.
Just the tits, baby.
Naturally.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I would be interested to see where you go from there. But I think that's probably the next 2 years. Probably.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty accurate, to be honest.
We'll see. But that's just based off like what I usually see with people, particularly guys who start doing really well.
Yeah, well, that's the thing I've been thinking. I'm like, what am I actually gonna? Because I don't see myself just being like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna be on the floor for like 10 years and just doing this. And I'm like, well, that's not. Surely there's more to do. So I'm like,
what's the perfect world? What's the like unreasonable goal? That stuff's like, this is what I want to do, but it's not real.
I don't even know. That's the thing as well, which is weird for me.
Is
usually,
that monetarial? Is that a monetarial number?
Oh, nah.
You would like to make 200 grand a year?
Well, I mean, probably like $1 billion a year. That would be
$1 billion,
nice. Yeah.
You could. So like you say that, you could.
Yeah, I mean.
But you need 20 years to set it up.
Yeah.
So you'll best believe that Anytime, the guy who owns Anytime Fitness is a multi-billionaire. Probably. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Probably.
The guy who made Gym Launch who sold that industry. He's a multi-billionaire. He started owning a gym. Took him 20 years to do it, but you could do that. He was making like 100, what do you say, 10 million a month for a while. The business, not him. The business.
Well, yeah. You know,
it's like
not bad.
Well, like you could do it. It's like, but the work to time ratio is huge.
Yeah.
And the skills you require, you'd have to hire. It's possible. If you want to do $1 billion a year, you could. But it's like you just,
Yeah, no, that's
you'll
probably.
never see your daughter again.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, that's probably a bit much.
Well, I don't know, because the more you get, the more you can get. Like I want infinite, because the more I have, the more I can give back. So it's like if I have infinite money, there is no problem I can't solve for any client.
I mean, $1 billion is pretty much infinite money, I'd say.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, like good luck spending that much.
But like if you were getting $1 billion a year, like every client who ever came to you, within a year, you could do they could go a physio and a chiro and a PT every single day, because you could pay for it, and you could pay for any surgery they would ever need. So all of a sudden, that person has never again will have an issue. So yeah, it's like if you think of it in a non-selfish sense, like I don't need $1 billion. I can live quite comfortably off 100 grand a year.
Yeah.
However, if I make 200 grand a year, it means I have 100 grand to put back into the client base and into the business.
Yeah.
So I can give 100 grand worth of service to the team. So if I had $1 million, I can give $900,000 back into the team. Now we're looking at a pretty substantially impressive service.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. Like I get here and I don't even pay for Cairo. He just hires guys and they come in.
Yeah.
It's
just like, that's crazy to think about.
But it's stupid possible. Like $1 million is not a big business. $1 million a year business isn't a big one.
It's not nowadays, is it?
No, it's just not a big business.
Yeah.
Like a decabillion, so a decimal of $10 million a year is a moderately big business. No, they're not taking all that home because there's business costs.
Yeah, of course.
You could do it. But as you can see, you start looking at where's my problems going to come up.
Yeah. That's it. I can't. I don't know. I'm torn, like, because part of me is like, no, I just need to focus on like what's in front of me right now, just so I can keep going the way I'm going, because I feel like I'm heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
But then I'm also like, well, what direction am I actually heading towards? And it's like,
Well, look, you'll hit a financial cap. It will happen.
yeah, for sure.
But that's good. Like you also need to probably identify some problems. It's like this is holding me back a little bit.
I hope so.
Well, you will. If you keep pushing, you eventually will.
Honestly, yeah, that's the thing I can't. Yeah, I hope for. I hope I get some kind of direction where I can be like, okay, yeah, this is where I need to go now, because this isn't working, or this, this needs improvement or whatever.
Yeah. Super interesting. I think if I was to do it all again, I'd do it so much quicker.
Oh yeah.
My biggest limitation is the stuff I want to do. I can't, because I have to commit 30 hours a week or 40 hours a week to study.
What happens when you don't study anymore?
I'm going to blow up the fucking world.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of things I'm like not sure what I'll do, because there's a guy who's like, as soon as you're done, you buy into my business and we run it. We run the shit out of it, because he's on the way out now. He's made his money. He's like, I now want to step away from my role, become more of the guy in the chair, and like help mentor new generations. And you just go, funk. Okay. There's a couple guys who are also other graduates or soon to be, who are like, we want to go into a communal group where it's like you have everyone in house. So you have your chiro, your physio, your exercise physio, a sports scientist, and your PT in a house, one shop with the gym attached to it. Yeah. So I never have to refer out of the building. That would kill it too. Then I've also got a couple of like ventures as far as like tutoring and coaching. So like with like Club Fit, those guys who I helped with you, the Fit College and those kind of stuff. Yeah. Like those roles are things that are quite suited for me. As well as I could just go as an exercise phys and work under a wizard and learn a ton of stuff for a decade. Like it's just what do you want to do, right? Yeah. Well, but I've got enough clients now that I don't need to do anything different than I'm doing if I don't want to. Yeah. But I'm just too hungry. Yeah. I'm too much of a psycho. Yeah. A little bit. But I can't wait to get those 40 hours back. I want to put 10 of, maybe even 20 of those hours into just marketing. I want to really push. I want to see how far I can push that. Because it is, once I have once you or I have a product that it can be bought and sold without me needing to be present, then I can, like right now, if I marketed the shit out of me or you or whatever, you are limited by availability of product. There's only 20 hours that I can buy Josh. I have 20 hours of Josh I can sell. Yeah. So when that's full, there's a huge demand with no supply for it. Yeah. But if there is a thing that you sell that you don't have to be present to be in, your book, your webinar, your gym, whatever, that has technically an unlimited thing, then the marketing becomes really relevant. So like, if you want to be like my friend who's just bought a gym with 3 of his friends, they've gone in, it's about 2 years in it. He's like, he was talking to him over coffee the other day, and he's like, owning a gym won't make you a millionaire. It just doesn't. Yeah. But it gives you the funding to start looking at how to make these other things. He's like, I'll never be a millionaire off this stuff, because it's like, there's too many competitors. Like, it's too much manual labor. You end up being a very well-paid employee because it's a small business. Is a small business. He goes, so his next venture is using the income from that business that he owns with his other colleagues to make other business decisions that will make more money. So for example, the other day, like I bought pre-workout and 30 or it was a 300 200 mil containers, right? And in the gym we don't sell pre-workout. It's not a thing. We have like this stuff. Yeah. But I was like, all right, cost me $20, $25 for the pre-workout and like $100 or 155 or whatever it was to get the 300 containers. And I put 1 scoop of pre-workout in it because it's 1 scoop per 200 things. Yeah. And most people do 2 scoops over a big thing. So I'll do half, right? Yeah. And I'll sell them for, if this is $5, I'll sell them for $4.50 at the front desk. They're sitting right there. So as you walk through the gym, you have to pass them. Yeah. And I just go, oh, cool, tap. And so it's like, if they all sell, which they nearly already all are, like it ended up being like, for every one that I spent, I think it was like $2.20 per thing for me. Yeah. Like the total cost, like the amount I got in total was like $4.50 for it. So I'm like up $2 per thing-ish that I do. Yeah. Right. So, there's 300 of them. or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you end up just casually making a grand here and there,
Yeah.
over the period of a month.
Yeah.
But I don't have to be there to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you get some losses. Some people just nick them, but it's not common because the camera's right there.
Yeah.
But it's like those kind of things will be the next step. Yeah. So you're starting to use the skill sets you've learned here to apply to other stuff within your industry.
Yeah. And then
It'd be sick, right?
It's the next step, isn't it?
I don't know. This is stuff I'm thinking about. I don't think you need to worry about it. I think
not yet, but eventually.
Well, you need to make 80 grand a year just off your business PT, and then start deciding, have that disposable income to start looking at what's my next step.
Yes.
I hope you don't get bored of it. I think a lot of people get to a level and they get bored of being a PT because it's like you just know most of the answers to most of the questions. You're like, yeah. Or you start seeing the same cycle of someone coming in really fresh in January and then they're there for work their ass off for 2 months and they work far harder than you recommend they do and then they get hurt and they're never seen again and you rinse and repeat. You see 500 people over the period of a year of people who come in, they do way too much, or they say, I want to lose weight, and they don't do any of the work, and they want to put on muscle, but they're not willing to wait, be patient. And you're like, cycle. You have these 20 clients that you have, and there's a new 20 every 6 months.
Yeah,
it's
I would hate that.
It kills you, right?
Yeah.
You never really ever get anywhere. It feels like a cat chasing your tail.
Yeah.
Because everyone just naturally quits before you get anywhere, or they hit their goal and they move on.
Yeah, I mean, you'd hope everyone's hitting their goal when you're PTing them. I would probably question myself if everyone was getting injured and all that.
But you know what I mean? The big problem is people don't listen to you. They hire you because they want to be told how good they are. And then you tell them, no, you need to do different stuff. And they don't listen to you and they get hurt.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing there. Everyone I train with is great. They all listen to me. Yeah. And none of them hurt themselves.
You're such a bitch. You're so lucky.
I know, I'm so lucky. I know. That's what I'm saying.
It's
this doesn't help anyone.
Actually, it's really easy.
Yeah.
It is really easy. If you got the right crew around you, hey?
Oh, yeah, that's it. I got the foundation, and then the rest of it,
People are going to hate you. I'm going to post this everywhere.
No,
people are going to hate you.
No, but this thing, all I do is just whatever people say to me, I just say it back to them. They love it. That's it. And you just let
the skills of being a wallflower. Look at you. It's bounce to say back whatever they say, and they love listening to themselves.
No, it's not quite that.
It's true though. It is true.
Yeah, that's true. No, I don't actually do that.
People love the gratification of what they think is right. Yeah, it's right to me.
Yeah.
Well, just make a little change.
Well, I mean, that's it, right? I don't ever argue with anyone that or I don't ever, if someone's telling me something about something, or if they're venting about someone, I'm just like, oh yeah, they sound like fucking cunt. I don't know this person, but it's
don't need to worry about it. You're a therapy, you just end up being a therapist on deck, right?
Basically,
you're cheaper than therapy.
Yeah, I'm that's the thing. I'm a therapist that keeps them accountable, that corrects their form, and then gives them all the answers.
And as a training buddy.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, and someone to talk to, and then.
If they were paid to you...
Non-judgmental, fucking everything.
If they were to buy those services individually, it'd be hundreds of dollars. So if they bought a therapist, they bought a physio, they bought an exercise phys, and they spent the time to make a friend to be that level of one-on-one time, it'd cost you forever. It'd cost you so much. So PT does a little bit of everything. So you're like a handyman. Yeah, you're not a plumber. You're not going to go and dig up the yard, but you can cut the branches away.
Well, that's it, yeah.
It's just that scope. Practice.
Or what was it? Yeah, I've known therapists and training, whatever. So I would talk to therapists or whatever, and just hearing what they say and what their kind of thing is. So I know more obviously I don't know everything about being a therapist, but I know kind of how therapists kind of work.
Sure.
And they just a lot of it is just getting the person to talk, and it's that's sort of all I try.
Well, you could just be quiet for an hour and let them vent to you, and it's probably going to do something good. It's better than nothing.
If they
fucking brother.
If they don't shut up for an hour, then I just let them talk for an hour. That's it. And
well, you're paid to be their friend, and some people, you think about some people's days, they don't actually have that much interaction with people who like them. Between work, family, wife, sleep, and train, where there's not you might see your boys once a month, It's like, and even still, and it's for an hour or two.
Yeah.
It's like, but so you're like, this guy's there with you all the time. They understand what's going on. They have to be non-judgmental. There is no disclosure, so you can't talk about it. And like, you very quickly become quite familiar. So I see my physio or exercise phys once a month. I see my PT every day or every other day because they're in the gym.
Yeah.
So I see my clients every day, whether I'm seeing them or not, because I'm just there. So they get really like happy to see you because like, hey bitch, what's up? Oh, you fucking dog. And like, it's like all of a sudden you're like their mate and they'll just talk to you all the time.
Yeah.
And so you end up doing a lot of the work for a lot of the people. And if someone's depressed or suicidal, you just palm them off. But most people just want to vent.
Yeah, well, that's it.
They don't need a therapist. They just want to say that their wife's a bitch.
Yeah.
Or that their husband's a cunt.
Yeah.
Or they're fucking someone else, which happens all the time. Did you see that video of don't fuck your clients?
Yes.
Yeah. Fuck, man. I can't name names, but at every facility I've been to, there's been more or less an orgy. Most of the facilities. Some of them are really good.
I hope not at mine, but I don't know.
It won't come around for you, brother, because you're married. Well, you've got the partner and the kid.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So people are like deterred straight away, like they're not going to fuck around.
Yeah, people want, yeah.
But when you're young, single, and hot young chick or a hot young dude,
man. Yeah,
every party ever.
They would have already.
The amount of coke and drugs and like stuff that's in gyms. Like I know 3 dealers at my current gym, and it's a rehab gym, because it's just like people's jobs. Like, what do you do? Oh, I'm on the dole. Cool. How do you drive a fucking GT here then? I'm not really well off on the dole. So like, we're not dumb. Like, and like, you get to know these people so well, they feel very comfortable. It's okay. Like, I had a guy the other day, he's like, you look down. I was like, oh, I'm okay, brother. I'm just need some caffeine. He goes, you want something stronger? It's like, no, bitch, I don't. I'm at work. Relax.
Well, I think
that's so bad.
I think to be a PT, to be honest, like I think you need to be someone who's like someone who would be the type to do a podcast, for example. Someone who's the type to, go to the most experienced person and just be like, just talk, just ramble, and sort of like, just say your shit, because just being curious in general, like someone who's hungry for information.
Yeah, and non-judgmental is helpful.
Yeah.
But I'm really, I've never had any contact from anyone else from your particular year, but I'd really like to know what half of them are out. I just don't know. I'd like to hope they've all succeeded, but some of them certainly won't.
Yeah, I think one of them is a PD now, but it's like a part-time thing.
Sweet.
And I don't think anyone else is doing PD.
It's okay. So of your class of 12 or whatever it was,
yeah, I think,
2 practicing. The group after you, there was just some, like, again, people were just not gonna. There was one guy who was like, he comes from a vending machine business, and he realized that like PT can be easy money when done well, but he himself is a very unfit looking man with no teeth. And I was like, who's gonna buy off you? Like some of the guys in my unit who are like exercise physiologists who are obese, and you're looking at them, you're like, who's going to buy off you, man? You are obese. Like, not fat, like obese, proper. Like, you couldn't do the beep test to save your life.
Yeah.
It's like, and you're trying to sell someone the idea of being healthy.
Yeah. It's like going to a tattoo artist with no tattoos, or a dentist with no teeth, or...
Yeah, so whatever, right? Yeah. Snake catcher who's scared of snakes, or something like that, right? Yeah, man. But yeah, I would very much like to compare you to the others these days. However, I can't really know. I'm pretty sure I know what's going on.
I think it's just I'm the only one who actually, out of the ones that I know of, I think I'm the only one who actually like followed through with it. I think everyone else just kind of, I don't know, they just...
We're too good. I think a lot of them are too good for it.
Maybe. Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing. Yeah, a lot of them don't really seem like the people to, I don't know, just listen to some, random's problems for a job. They're sort of doers, I guess. Like they go, do their own shit for it. I don't know. It's.
I think it's a bit of humbling too. It's just like to know that you don't know it all, and like we certainly don't. Like I need to be very clear that I don't know everything by any means.
Yeah.
So much learning to do.
Yeah.
Even in this, particularly in this field. But some of the guys, because I still have a bunch of 16-year-olds who work under me who have their Cert 3, Cert 4, some 18-year-olds. And it's like, some of them are just too good for help. Like they're too good to like, I don't need help. I can figure it out. And it's like, what that attitude is limiting you, because I can fix your problem now, or you can spend the next 3 months Googling it, or you're trying to use chat, but you're giving it the wrong prompts. Like, how do I fix this? Like, it's not the right question to ask. It's going to tell you something. It's going to give you a false reading because it's trying to be positive towards you, but it's leading you down the wrong path that you're going to have to hurt someone to figure out. So, oh shit, it was actually the wrong question. But there's particularly two young girls there who are 16 and 18, and they're just like, what do I need to do? And you tell them, do this. Okay, and they go do it. But most of the boys are just like, pretty sure I got this, bro. I've been training for like, since I was like 14. So you're 16. So 2 years. Yeah. So my nutrition's pretty on point. I'm like, okay, sure.
I think it's a big thing. Like, if they can like bench a certain amount or whatever, then it's sort of just the ego gets to them. But it's like,
but they're still kids.
Yeah.
You know, they're still children.
Well, I mean, yeah, like, that's it. Like, yeah.
I don't care how good I don't care how good you are at 16. The life experience is a factor. Like, you could be the best 16-year-old bodybuilder on the planet. I'm still going to ask for Ronnie Coleman.
Yeah. Literally.
In jiu-jitsu, it's like, we don't care about age, we care about mat time. So if you started at 4 and you're now 20 and you did every day, twice a day, you're better than someone who started at 20 who's now 30, despite the age bracket.
Yeah.
I care about mat time.
Yeah.
So when you're a PT, it's like mat time's such a factor. Like, yes, education is important. Yes, qualification is important, but you just cannot beat a 30-year-old who's been in it for 10 years or a 40-year-old who's been in it for 20 years. Like, my father's a podiatrist, as you know, and when he retired, they needed 3 people to cover him because he had 45 years of experience, and each of the 3 came in at 10 years each. So they're still 15 years off his experience.
It's crazy.
Well, it just happened to... He was just too expensive for the uni, which is a hell of a statement. You know, you're too expensive for a university.
Yeah,
because I think because he was a part of the podiatry board, so he's just a big wig, and he's retiring. Like, he wanted out. So
yeah, that's fair.
But it's just funny. It's like, you can't buy that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, the uni can't.
We'll find the oldest, biggest bodybuilder in the room, and they're probably going to help you more than most mentors in the space.
That's it, right? And then, I don't know, like, that's the thing that I've found with, at least my experience with PT, is that knowledge, a lot of it, like, is probably not as needed, I think, for PTing as I thought it would have been.
It's pretty easy.
Like with PT, it's like, as long as you know the basics, and then you just have, like, I don't know, like emotional intelligence or whatever, you can just sort of make people, feel good. And it's like, it's really all you need, I think.
That's it.
It's like, so, yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things. Although every now and again it does come in handy when someone's got, like, genuinely comes in with some issue, and then I'm actually able to fix it, and they're like, oh.
Yeah, if you end up doing the thing I did, you'll get bored, and you'll want to push the scope and push and push and push and be like, how deep can I go?
Yeah.
I just like the problems. I like someone who's really, really proper injured or has a real limitation. Yeah. And you're like, I really want to try to fix this with you, because they're the most grateful.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Like, I had an injury with someone like that. It was like basically their elbow and their wrist were just, like, fucked, and then they had surgery on it, and then they basically hadn't used it since. So this whole side of their body, basically, like, the muscle was just hadn't been used. It was, like, dormant. So I was like, okay, let's just experiment and just figure out what you actually can do. It's like, okay, you can hold a 2 kilo dumbbell, see if you can do, like, shrugs or whatever, because their like traps are real tight or whatever. They're just underused. And then literally just 2 kilo shrugs. She was getting burning from that. I was like, okay, great. So the muscle was like, so then
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a good step, right?
I just say to her, like, I don't know, I don't usually do it, but I was like, oh,
well,
like,
it's hard.
we could really
do something.
Yeah, well, I don't usually try to convince people, but I was like, we could really, like, it wouldn't take you that long, especially because she'd been experienced with working out as well. I was like, this won't take you that long to, like, get back to like where you were. Yeah. And then, I think because of that, I'm probably not going to hear back from her, to be honest. Okay. Just because I was trying to convince her, and that usually. That's cool. If I try to convince them, they don't come back. It's true. I don't know why.
But their physios usually go, you are cleared to exercise by, and they're like, oh, I'm cleared to. But what does that mean? So it means you're good to go to a gym and figure it out. But there's no second handling.
Yeah,
it's like,
for sure.
Yeah, my physio said that I can't do anything overhead, so I don't use that arm. So most people go really, really reserved, or they don't listen to their physio at all. It's like you can't do anything over your head because you've had a shoulder recon or whatever.
Yep.
So they just don't do anything, and then you have this big atrophy. The arm it goes away. It's like you can still do this. It's not above your head. You can still do anything that's pulling or anything that's pushing or anything that's farmers carries, which are really valuable things. So and then you do that for 2 months, and all of a sudden the muscle just comes. You strengthen up, and there's no pain, or the pain reduces, and all of a sudden they think you're the tits. Oh my God, I can't believe I've been seeing a physio for fucking 6 months and nothing, and but you're like, no, the physio still did the job. Yeah. You just needed the next step of doing this thing. Like you wouldn't have even be here without the physio. So physios get shit on a lot where it's just like, I've been doing physio for 6 months and this 3 months with this PT or exercise phys or remedial masseuse, did more, fixed it instantly, right? It's like, no, you couldn't throw a ball, you just forgot. Because it's been so long that you couldn't sleep, and the physio fixed that, or the chiro, or whatever. Yeah. And now you went to a PT who's at the tail end of that journey, and we then get you back to normal or a little bit more or are maintaining the good work that's already been done by the health professional, and then enough time passes and you forget how bad it was. So it's funny, like that kind of stuff where it's just like, yeah, my shoulder's fucked. It's like, well, I'm gonna make you walk with the kettlebell, and over a couple of weeks it gets strong. Who would have thought? And then they feel like that last little step was the thing that mattered, and they forget about the year of rehab they just did. Yeah, it's like the best rehab ever done is stuff they don't even realize. It's prehab. So one of my guys who's a runner, we're releasing his leg, and I was like, this is the worst. I hate this kind of work. He's like, why? And I was like, because if I do my job right, you'll never get sore, and then you'll go, well, this doesn't work because I don't feel anything, but that's the whole point. But I can't prove that it's working unless we stop doing the thing. And if we stop doing the thing, you're going to get an injury. Yeah. So I said to him, he's like, oh, why would I do this? I don't feel like it does anything. I'm like, stop voodoo flossing for the week. Yeah. And he did, and his knee started getting sore because he's doing 300 kilometers a week or whatever it be. And it's just like, and then he started voodoo flossing again, and the pain went away. So we had to play with let the pain be present. It shouldn't though, but most of your best work will be stuff that they don't even realize they need. It's like, sick. You can't, and I can't sell something that's like, do this. It's like, it feels like snake oil. It's like if you drink this can of whatever every day, you won't get cancer. And then, or you won't get hit by a bus if you drink this. Yeah. And then it's like, is it snake oil or is that actually a bus repellent? It's like, well, probably a bus repellent. But when you start getting the fine, well, it's probably not real. But when you get into the fine edge of stuff, it's like you're doing this very specific movement to make sure that your shoulder doesn't explode when you're doing this 140 kilo bench press. And then it doesn't explode, but then they don't do it, forget it one day and it doesn't explode. So they're like, oh, well, that thing's not relevant. But it's no, you've done 6 months of this strengthening activity, so it's not going to explode on a whim. Yep. Yeah, that's when it starts getting real tricky. Yeah. Trying to justify your skill set. You're like, ugh.
It's just a people thing, isn't it? Because we always try to look for the easiest way to do things, and it's, if I don't have to do that, then and that's sort of, you find people with that, like with food as well. Like, I had KFC this weekend, and I didn't gain any weight.
I'm good. But if you had a salad tomorrow, you wouldn't be skinny either. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? So it's just like a good thing for you to look into is set point theory, which is if you decide to go nutrition, it's like why we yo-yo food why we always come back to our original weights. It's why people really, really struggle to lose weight. It's probably why these peptide Ozempic stuffs are so popular. But why we'll have such an issue when people hop off them, because their appetite returns and all this stuff tries to bring them back to being fat. Yeah. Because it's like I describe it like a tugboat, where you've got a big shipping container here, and if the tugboat goes, it just goes whack and comes straight back. Yeah. But the tugboat has to go dunk and go, and so it takes weeks and weeks and weeks of lightly pulling this boat to actually get it to move. So if you were a 100 kilo man and you want to be a 60 kilo man, which would be, I don't know why you'd do that, but you could if you wished. If I lose 20 kilos in 6 months and speed that fucking boat, you're still pulling a shipping container. So you just flex back as soon as the engine burns out in the tugboat. Because I can't rev the whole time. Yep. I've got to find a thing and I lose 100 to 300 grams a week with good nutrition and training over the period of 4 years for that kind of goal. Yep. 3 years. And then you'll just be a 60 kilo man, and your appetite and your outputs will reflect that. Versus if I lose 20 kilos in 6 months, my body still wants to be a 600 kilo man. It just thinks it's in starvation, savagery mode. It goes, your appetite will return, you'll fatigue, you'll do stuff that makes your body want to consume more because it's like, I must eat.
Yep.
So Ozempic or whatever is a appetite suppressant. And when you hop off it, if you were 150 kilos and you've lost 50 kilos in the last year, you're going to hop off it and all your hunger cues are going to return because your stomach's still stretched.
Yeah.
Again, there's so much caveat to those kind of things, but those are things that we need to talk to clients and consider.
I guess if they are losing the weight that fast, like I'd probably be less concerned if they were losing it at a healthy rate, say like even like a kilo a month or something like that.
Yeah, it just depends on how big they are, how much excess they have, right?
Yeah.
But usually it's water. I lost 8 kilos in 4 weeks. Yeah. A lot of water in that. A lot of water. I'd like to see a DEXA scan of you. That's probably going to be more appropriate than a scale. We'll wrap this up, brother. People stop watching after 2 hours. Apparently.
Oh, true.
Apparently 2 hours is the cap.
Damn, 30 seconds. And
what are your final thoughts? In fact, what is your prediction and your advice for someone who's watching? Prediction for you and then your advice for someone who's just watching.
Prediction for me is conflict, and destruction, violence, and punches being thrown. And,
of course.
No, probably not. Yeah, but basically what we discussed, right? I don't see it veering too far off that, like literally just that. What was the second thing?
Advice for someone who's watching, and then I want you to give advice for you in 6 months.
I wouldn't give advice to me in 6 months. I would pay money to talk to me in 6 months.
Well, if you wait long enough.
Well, yeah.
What about someone who's about to start their PT journey?
So for someone who's about to start their PT, literally is finding a mentor, right? And then just doing as much research as possible on even just with PT specific business stuff. So just watch videos on how to do intros or whatever, or just stuff like that. And then how people start their PT business. I would specifically look up PT centered stuff. If they don't have anyone in person that they can talk to, obviously.
Online,
that would
very
be
useful.
Yeah, well, that too as well. Just try and learn as much as possible, and just because sometimes it's just a couple little tips that people need, even if it's just with intros, just getting the final hurdle or whatever. It's sometimes that could be it. Maybe I don't know. A little thing for me, I have a printout sheet of all my prices on that, and that was a big thing that it's you can just show it to people, once you've asked them are they interested in PT or whatever, you can just show it to them, and then you just say nothing and you let them, and you just
let them think about it.
Yeah, and you don't interrupt their train of thought or anything like that, and you just sit there for about 30 seconds, and then they'll eventually, they'll give you their answer or whatever. It's just something like that I was told, and I was like, oh, that changed heaps. I'm not over here explaining everything and trying to justify everything and make them overthink and all this sort of stuff. It's wow, that's simple. And it's just a little thing like that where it's that changes the whole thing. So yes, I just research as much as possible and just try and find out as much as possible, and don't try to be someone else. Don't try to market like someone else. Don't try to act like someone else. Be yourself.
That's good advice.
Yes. Be yourself, because you'll just be shit otherwise, I think.
Good point.
I genuinely, if you're trying to be someone else, you will be dog shit.